Welcome everybody back to Boostin Motion, guys. And today I want to talk about why I want to build a VQ 3.7 over a VR 3.0T. Guys, let's jump into the video. First thing, shout out to my whole Boostin Motion family. Much love. I appreciate you guys for your support. And if you're new to the Boostin Motion channel, I'm Boost. And I started with VQs. Yes, I had a 1996 VQ motor 3.0T. I had a 2003 3.5 Maxima. Yes, I had a 2007 G35X. HR, and I had a 2015 VQ 3.7. I was born and raised in that community for decades, like since 2005, and it's like that's like 20 years later. I'm an old dude. God damn it, look at me. But I've always wanted to boost. My money has changed, my life has changed, and I've always wanted to build a car. Not bolt-ons, not just adding pipe and giving it to her. I'm talking about actually changing rods, pistons, and building a faster car. Seriously. So I want to tell you the number one reason that got me to do this. And I'm going to go through the different reasons now, but I think the number one reason is, honestly, the glass ceiling is a little higher. And let me quickly explain what I mean by that, right? So the VR community is still new and developing. They're going to keep making faster vehicles, more turbo options. Like it's growing, more aftermarket support. Come on, it was just the other day Z1 Motorsports turbos weren't here and Pures were the only one here. And now 700 is now the new number, the new norm for everybody, right? But the glass ceiling is a lot higher with at least for now, for the VQ, because at the end of the day, you can always throw rods and pistons in there. You could always build a more add closed deck, and then you have multiple amount of turbo options or even to supercharge the car, so the car can make 5, 6, 7, 8, not 1,000 wheel horsepower. And there are VQs running out there with those power levels. Of course, they're built motor, built transmission type cars, and they exist. Now, is it really common for the VR30 community yet? No, they still have a glass ceiling because they're limited on space, on where you want to put the turbos, can they fit certain places, and fueling and everything. They still have their limitations based on its just the motor and how it's framed and organized itself. But the VQ, you've seen plenty of different options. So the number one option, the number one reason is the glass ceiling. The power level can actually go a lot higher. Cool. Number two, as I said, is variety of builds. I can go with a supercharger if I want to. I can do twin turbo. I can do single turbo top mount. I could do mid mount turbos, single mid mount turbo. I can go two rear mount turbos or just one single big rear turbo. There's plentiful options on the power delivery I want to aim for, pretty much where I want to land the plane, or if I just want to take off and just cruise at something with a simple power level, right? I can go 5, 6, close to 700 wheel on stock motor and just call it a day. The only reason the head is really lifting is because it's a high compression motor and other architectural issues with the vehicle. I mean, the motor, because it's not closed deck. But even then, there's still knowing that I can go even higher. So there's a different variety of choosing that. Number three, I would say, is money cost. And the reason why I say money cost with you guys is, give me a second. The reason why I say money cost with you guys is this, right? Be quite honest with y'all. The money cost factor is the most important because I can go with more affordable parts because they do exist, and I can also go with more expensive parts because they do exist. As I said, I can organize and I can pull some money from here to do this. There's plentiful ways on how I want to spend my money here. So if I want to make this an all-out build and throw money at it, it could be 40, 50,000. If I want to spend 10,000 to 15,000 and make close to the same amount of wheel horsepower, I can do so. I have options. The fourth reason I would tell you is, honestly, reliability. The VQ motor is a pretty great motor, right? It does have its downsides because it's not a turbo. It's not a motor that's built for boost. But I can add rods and pistons. I could do some head work. I can make it closed deck. I can build the motor to be stronger and throw 800, 900, and close to 1,000 horsepower at it, and it'll take the beating too. It'll take the beating. So its glass ceiling has already been achieved. So technically, the reliability is there. Yes, the transmission may have to be the best transmission, but also the transmission could be swapped to a VR transmission that we have noticed that can take a lot of beating, and then we can build that transmission, that VQ transmission or the VR transmission, right, and make that even stronger. So technically, hate to say it, the VQ has a way higher glass ceiling than the VR, at least at the current moment. I've said this in my old videos 2-3 years ago. I said it looks like the VQ would do better, but it just need more money to be thrown at it. I want people to care about it because the G37 and Z guys are doing it. Why not the Q50 guys? I know. So lastly, I want to say my honest opinion is this. No one's doing it. No one's doing it. Yeah, there's supercharged Q50s out there, but all the fastest Q50s right now are all VR. Now, can the 3.7 take that away from the VR? Can it? Can it just say, "Excuse me, get out of here," and take that back? Because no one cares about the 2.0T or the hybrid or even the 2.2 diesel. But can the VQ overshadow its younger brother? And honestly, maybe it could. Maybe it could. And as much as I said that, as I just told you guys that it looks like it may be cheaper, and some of you guys are like, no, you still have to put rods, pistons, drop. You got to do all this other work to the motor, right? At this current moment with the VR, it seems like 7-800 is right where we're at, still on stock motor, stock trans. And that's cool. You can probably push 700 wheel on a VQ, change out the trans. You could even build it if you want to and be close to those same numbers, right? But the only thing that really helps out the VR30 being quick is those quick 60 foots, how quickly that car takes off, and how quickly those turbos spool, right? But if someone takes the time out to build a proper VQ, right, especially not in a rear-wheel drive 350Z, 370Z, or G37, then we'll have a different option. Then we'll have some different outcomes. And I think this is where I would say that's why I want to take it on. That's why I want to build the car. And that's what I'm trying to find the right one to start with. The one that I know that when I get this Q50, I'm going to have it for the next 5 or 10 years. It may not happen overnight. I might take the time to really build this stuff up. But if any company, any person, or any tuner want to work with me, hit me up. This is something I'm really interested in doing. I'm not trying to throw $30,000 at it out the gate. I want to do all the proper modifications. I want to do all the proper prerequisites for when I want to land a plane. And as I said before, reliability just really hits me the most. The VR30 does have its hiccups, and people are having issues with it. And I don't see those issues necessarily, other than headlift with the VQ. Other than headlift, because of the high compression motor, you can always go with lower compression. It'll be a little bit easier to work with. And everybody's have done different ways on how to turbo this car and how it would run. So the 3.7. So I think there's a lot of information that's plentiful for the VQ. And this will be something that I can take on with more comfortability, knowing that there's plenty of people that can help me in this community. There's plenty of information I can read because I love to read. And honestly, I think the sibling rivalry will be pretty dope for the channel. All right? So guys, definitely hit me up. Hit me up at boostinmotion on Instagram. Let me know if I'm bugging. Let me know if it's a good idea. Maybe I'll put a poll up. But damn, I'm really interested in doing this. I really want to do this, and I'm gonna drop some videos coming up soon. So definitely hit the subscribe button, the bell notification, hit all, cause you're gonna check out some videos right now. So check it out. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.